they put in mind, especially Biro Tata Negara, for the government officer. They have so many training courses. They doctrine the pegawai kerajaan, the government officer, that you can live and can have a good status in Malaysia because of UMNO. So this repeat for the 50 years, very hard to throw away this issue. Maybe they are a little bit different in Kelantan because we control more than 20 years, so they can see the change of government. But not in Johor, I mean part of Negeri Sembilan, all the Felda area, all the Malay rural area. They still believe that they need a protection.
Okay.
They need a protection. They cannot face the free competition yet because maybe during we call the.
And we're back online on FMT Raw with Mat Sabu, and apologize for that 30-second delay. Just to continue, political observers have said that Bersih PAS was the biggest political winner because you emerged as Pakatan sort of top gun after playing second fiddle to Anwar Ibrahim and PKR. How does PAS view that?
I don't know that the people just it. But I am from the Bersih one. I involved very active. I involved at that time. Then the Bersih 2 also. We NGO they have activists, but sometimes the follower is quite less. But to support the gathering, we must have from the political party. So from we Islamic Party, we support 100%. We mobilize our people. Then our Mursyidul Am, our president, said that the PAS member is compulsory to attend this Bersih gathering because we want a free election and fair election. So that's why we are success in this gathering. So now our members still hope, they still waiting for the Bersih 3. If Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya not call this and not follow or not done anything, that the 8 point that raised by Bersih.
Okay.
So this Bersih 2, we quite success to move the people.
Okay.
To have the democratic and fair election.
Okay. Your critics, past critics, have also said that the new leadership has been touted to be very moderate. People like yourself, and they also say that because they are so excited to champion this new direction of PAS, that you're now brave enough to stand up to the EC, be defiant. What is your comment on that?
Maybe they can judge it from my uniform, my background. I'm born in Penang. I mix with Chinese and Indian from small. Then of course in Kemunting, I was detained together with Lim Kit Siang, Kapal Singh, Lim Guan Eng, all the Christian leader. So we meet each other, we share the idea. So for us, the appearance for me is second thing. The most important, the substance we have to fight for. Like in Malaysia, the problem is nepotism and corruption is very high. Of course, this issue is an Islamic issue. We want to abolish or to reduce the corruption. So we have to fight together with all the races, all the NGO. Of course, DAP, Keadilan, and a few NGO, they're very interested on this issue, human rights, like Suara and everything. So we can work together. Not we are moderate or not, but it's according to our religious also.
Okay. We'll take a question from Ben Lung via Facebook. He wants to know how can we tackle foreign workers and PR being registered as voters?
There's a very, they have practiced this, they have done this in the Sabah election. There are proof in court that the judge by Datuk Kamil Awang, there are foreign workers who are registered and they become the voters. And UMNO and Barisan Nasional can took over Sabah administration. The same procedure they have make it in Terengganu 2004 by the cooperation of SPR and Jabatan Pendaftaran Negara. So now they try to practice this in Selangor. That's why we need Bersih 2. If they continue to register the foreign workers and to become the voters, so we have to go for Bersih 3, I hope so. Because this government, they only want power. They must learn that if the election is not clean, then they will invite what happening in Middle East now. We don't want to become like Libya or Tunisia or Egypt or in the Syria, because all this country they not practice the we call the democratic and fair election. Like in Egypt, the ruling party they won the election by 98% of total parliamentary seat, but 2 months after that people go to the road. So we hope that Malaysia government can learn from this situation in Middle East, because all the youngsters now with Twitter, all the Facebook, everything they know, if they're not satisfied the result of the election, then our country will become very trouble. So we hope SPR Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya will uphold the integrity.
Okay.
So we demand that this, please stop it to allow the workers or foreigners to involve in election in this country.
But you mentioned the possibility of Bersih 3 if the SPR doesn't,
Yeah.
Is that the only option that we have to take to the streets again? Is
No,
there any other way?
That is other way. We continue dialogue. We continue to maybe we're going to organize one conference in Malaysia to invite all the European and other ASEAN countries. We're going to expose that how election in Malaysia. So that is that pressure. So dialogue with the government agency.
Okay.
Then the Bersih 3 is the last result.
Okay. Faiz Abdullah via Facebook wants to know, can you accept Anwar as the Prime Minister if Pakatan Rakyat wins the 13th general election?
That is a general concession in the party. So I'm not my opinion alone. If the party accept, I must accept.
Okay. There's also been comments saying that that PAS's shift from an Islamic state to a welfare state has also become a shift towards confrontation instead of tolerance.
Actually, Islamic State is welfare state, because the first Islamic State was established by our Prophet. In the Al-Quran, they not mention that is they call Islamic State. They call in Arabic Baldatun Tayyibatun wa Rabbun Ghafur. That means the good country, the good government, and mercy from God. Not even mention Allah, mercy from God. That means for general, So this the concept of Islamic State. Actually, concept of Islamic State now is run by European country. All the Arab country is a tyrant state. They run away because we call culture, our civilization, this ruin 300-400 years ago. So we cannot see that the Islamic State under the Khalifah Umar ibn Aziz, how the justice preserved at that time. But now you can see all the Arab country, all the tyrant country, all the kingship, they're not actually, we can call that the Islamic country, but not at all to practice the Islamic government and the good government and everything. So this type of government we going to promote. That negara kebajikan actually was established by the Khalif after Muhammad, after the Prophet Muhammad. So the negara kebajikan actually negara Islam also.
So it's one and the same.
Yeah.
So why didn't PAS just use that term before? Why use Islamic State and then now change the term to welfare state?
It's nothing, because we learn each other. We try to adopt the struggle and the aim. So everything we have to share the idea with others also. So we can call Islamic State, but actually that is also negara kebajikan, welfare state. So we can introduce welfare state, because non-Muslim also, every humankind, they need justice, they need welfare. So this is common for all the people.
Okay. Let's talk about PAS's move towards the next general elections and the preparation. The PAS aims to contest, it said, 80 parliamentary seats. Does that number still stand, or has that changed?
Number we're going to discuss from time to time.
Okay.
We have to, we call this, take the challenge from UMNO. The problem is, they said that now, who's the leader, or who, what going to happen to the Malay and the Muslim. So if we contest more, or we and Plus Keadilan Malay contest more, so we can at least win back the Malay support that UMNO control by their propaganda, you know, that I mentioned just now.
Okay.
So we can mention that maybe we contest more, but how many we can win is a problem. Because in the rural area, in the urban and semi-urban area, I think Barisan Nasional will collapse this time. Sorry. But they depend on the rural area. So we contest the rural area. Maybe you contest more, but to win the seat in the rural area is very tough for the coming election.
Okay. And you'll be also contesting in mixed constituencies as well?
I hope so.
Are there any areas...
or any majority non-Malay also I can contest now. If they allow. For me, it's no problem.
Where would you... Are you going to contest? Would you want to contest in the next...
That depends on the party. For me, if they give chance, I try to contest again. If the party give chance, either in Penang or in Selangor or anywhere.
Okay, so there is no particular constituency that you are hoping for?
No particular constituency.
Okay. What do you think your appeal is? Because, you know, I attended the Merlimau by-elections, and in the run-up you were giving a lot of ceramas, and the audience was very mixed, and you were one of the few speakers who got a very good response. What do you think is your appeal to the Muslims and the non-Muslims?
I don't know. I never make study myself. But now when I receive invitation to give speech, Chinese is more than Malay. Even from DAP, from NGO, when they have a makan malam, dinner or something, they will invite me. There are one place, you know, I only, the speakers, all nearly 99.9% Chinese, only Malay, my partner and police there, all the Chinese. So they ready to listen, because I speak on the current issue in the poverty, in the corruption now. Like I give an Islamic example. During Khalif, the second Khalif Omar Al-Khattab, that our famous Khalif, we very control a very large country under his rule. That time he used to wear the new shirt, you know. So the people ask, where you get the money? That is how Islam teach the people to get, we call it critical. In Islam they call muhasabah. They must check the leader. But now when we mention to the Malay that Rosma, maybe she have a ring, 24 million ringgit, people not stand. But the Chinese, yes. So in the Islamic culture, Chinese is more practice Islamic culture than Malay. Islamic culture is not it's not Muslim, but they practice Islamic culture compared to the Malay. They more, because we call them very sensitive in this issue, corruption issue or something, but not Malay. So we have to change this. So I in front of the Chinese I say, you are practice Islamic culture, not the Malay, because they don't care when we said that we 28 billion ringgit we lost because of corruption every year, you know. So the Malay sometimes they don't care, but the Chinese they angry because the money, the taxpayer, you know. So they practice Islamic culture. So this type of speech, you know, I always mention today.
Okay. We're going to go back to the Election Commission. AJ Krishnan via Facebook says, what's the plan for Pakatan if the Election Commission doesn't implement the 8 points?
We try to give more pressure. Then now also SPR go down to have a dialogue. They admit that, they accept that there are call this in the list of the voters is not clean. They try to eliminate it. We're going to access from day to day basis together with Bersih committee. Of course Bersih will lead this. We only support them.
Okay. Okay, Ben Yap wants to know now, do you have any evidence to prove your story of the accident during the Bersih rally?
Sure. Actually, I myself, when on the way to the Masjid Negara, my motorcycle, I have at the behind. So the Pajero tried to cross my motorcycle, but my driver make a U-turn, and at that time the Wajah police car come and knock my motorcycle. They cannot knock the motorcycle, they knock at my right leg and the knee. Then I fall down. Then they said, Gari, handcuff. I said, no need to handcuff, I cannot walk. So they helped me to push me to go to the Pajero and sent to the Jinjang lockup. Then after that they sent me to the General Hospital to have X-ray, everything. General process sent back to the Jinjang lockup. Then on Sunday I stayed at home, very painful. Monday I went to KPJ hospital to